We are what we eat, and what we eat is making us all fatter. It's predicted that in England alone, 1 in 3 adults will be obese by 2012. Actress Claire Sweeney is about to embark upon a radical nutritional experiment, surrendering her slender, super fit body and giving up all self-control to discover how easy it is to get fat and what the effects can be.
So I'm just going to eat what I want, when I want. I'm stepping into an area I've never stepped into before. How am I going to feel? How's my confidence going to be? When will I feel like a human dustbin?
It's a journey which will not only change her shape, but how others see her.
I can't believe as I walked in, you look pregnant.
Her career prospects.
And I'm at the front cover, the state of me, oh my God!
And even her medical health.
You're putting yourself at increased risk of a heart attack and a stroke.
For that to happen in 6 weeks and for the health risks to be so extreme, that's what's scary.
As an actress, Claire Sweeney works in an industry where piling on the pounds makes headline news. She is about to risk her image and challenge herself to find out how easy it is for the weight to creep on, and how being fat affects both mind and body.
Superb. You just go gently, so that's great.
Today, Claire is the focus of an OK magazine shoot. It's a piece of cake for an actress who up until now has always said no to that piece of cake.
When I was growing up, I went to a stage school, so I was constantly on the move, I was constantly active. I never thought about diet. And my mum always used to say to me, my mum lost about 3 or 4 stone on Weight Watchers when I was a teenager, and she used to say to me, you're going to have to look after this figure now, because you're not going to be dancing every day in the future, you're going to have to watch it, you're the same body shape as me.
I've known Claire for 10 years. I've seen her through so many different stages in her life where she's ballooned up a little bit. I've never seen her really what I would call overweight.
Is that better, yeah?
Yeah, that's quite nice.
She's great to go out for dinner with, but usually she's really, really good because she does always think about what she's doing the following day. So if she has got a photo shoot or if she's filming, and then she will think about it, and if she's got to fit in a certain dress, she'll know when to stop.
Now she's going to experience the pleasure and fear of giving in to temptation. It's a huge leap for someone who once took dieting too far.
When I was 17, I was due to go to Italia Conti in London, and my friend had already spent a year down there. And I remember her saying to me, oh, they're all skinny and gorgeous. And I went on this crash diet, and I kind of became slightly bulimic. My mum, in the end, pulled me up short, and she gave me a good talking to. And that was, ironically, she was telling me to put on weight then and look after myself. Okay, so this is my fridge. One thing I'm looking forward to is getting full fat butter. I love hot buttered toast. That's going to be nice. I wouldn't get full cream milk. Here I've got semi-skimmed. I either go semi-skimmed or skimmed. This is one of my meals, which is normally like tuna and beans and this type of thing. Actually, I've got a box of chocolates here. See this, half eaten? I've had a bite and put it back. So I do. Sometimes I just want a little taste of things, so I'll have a little nibble and then put it back. I wouldn't dream of sitting... I'm not the type of person who binges and sits and would open a whole box of chocolates and think, yeah, I'll have all of those. The joy and the pleasure I get from food, you know, I really love eating, and I have to live on a constant diet and exercise regime to stay in shape.
At 5'8" tall, Claire is slimmer and fitter than the average woman. But now Claire is giving up control, and she'll no longer exercise the body she worked so hard to maintain 3 times a week with personal trainer Caroline Sandry.
I hate exercise, and it's a necessary evil, really. I mean, I'd love to be one of these people who could eat what they want and not get fat, but unfortunately I have a cream cake and it goes straight onto my bum.
Okay, so weight, 913. Your BMI, your body mass, 21. That's good. Your body fat, 22%. That's also very good. 1, go. 1, 2.
Presently, Claire can do 54 sit-ups in a minute, 40 press-ups,
40, and you stopped exactly on a minute. Well done. 1.
and 44 squats.
And you're done. So you're at a really good level of fitness at the moment. Good.
Bring on the food.
It's day 1 of Claire's experiment.
I might treat myself to this every now and then. Can we go for the whole shebang?
For the first time in years, she's going to buy whatever she fancies.
I think I'd quite fancy one of these with custard in. White chocolate. Full fat hummus. Lovely bread and butter pudding. Apple crumble. This is the one that's like mostly cream, isn't it? That looks gorgeous, that, actually. You know what? I'm going to get one and have a taste of it. And the custard slices, there you go. Oh, lovely. Oh, that is bliss. The last time I would go out and buy a load of stuff like this is Christmas. And as you can see, I've still got an unused Christmas pudding in my fridge, which just makes me sound like a tramp when I don't clean my fridge out, but they do last a long time. It's absolutely gorgeous.
The old Claire would never look at a menu to avoid temptation.
So much to choose from.
The new Claire is about to indulge to her heart's content.
Fantastic, thank you.
And your big chips.
Brilliant.
Only to discover what happens when we choose to spoil ourselves.
Have you been really gorging?
No.
On you go.
I do have slightly darker moments when I think, what am I letting myself in for here?
Early this week, the standard's been great, hasn't it, Claire?
As actress Claire Sweeney rehearses presentation for a show in Liverpool, she's also taking on a brand new role in life. Claire is challenging herself to give up self-control to see just how easy it is to get fat.
They just said to me, I said, is there any food about? They said, yeah, there's pizza and there's wedges down there, but I'm not sure if that's your thing. Is it? I went, yeah.
But eating what you want comes with consequences, so Claire will be monitored by a leading medical consultant.
Hello.
Dr. Rosemary Leonard.
Hello, come on in, have a seat.
Thank you. Thank you.
Glam.
Thank you very much.
And what can I do for you?
Just spent the weekend drinking lots of lovely wine with my friends, eating fabulous food. Feel great. Actually, I feel a bit tired and a little bit groggy this morning.
Which may be the booze.
Yeah.
I mean, in fact, it's fine to do that once in a while. It's absolutely fine. What will be interesting to see the effect of is whether when you carry on doing this, which isn't good for you. I mean, unfortunately, I don't know anyone who can live the life they want of indulgence without having some effect on their health. So,
Okay.
shall we take your blood pressure now?
Yeah.
You are one fit lady. It's 110/70, which is absolutely fine.
Good.
I will just check your pulse rate because it's actually quite slow. Let's just... Yeah, and your pulse rate's 60. Which again is a good sign of fitness. So, good fit lady. Right, so look at this. Wonderful. Which is a waist of 27.5.
Waist size is one of the most important criteria in assessing health. Claire has a healthy body mass index of 21.3, a waist of 27.5 inches, a bust size of 34C, hips of 37 inches, and thighs of 23 inches. Over the coming weeks, all this could change, as well as her relationship with food.
She appears to be very well balanced, but she clearly is disciplined. She takes very good care of herself. Once you've been doing that for a while, certainly when you've been doing it for a few years, it is incredibly difficult to change. So it will be interesting to see how easy she finds it just to let go and eat paella and eat pizza. Maybe she'll find it a bit easier to have another glass of red wine, but be interesting to see.
I do take pride in my appearance. And, you know, I'm going to be away a lot in the summer and in my swimsuit. And also, you know, I'm going to see my friend. I'm going to be hooking up with all my girlfriends in Mallorca on Thursday. And they're going to be in the bikinis and they will have lost a bit of weight for the summer. And I kind of think, oh, you know, I want to stay slim. You know, you want to feel nice. But, you know, for me, as I said, it's the devil in the deep blue sea. I love food.
It's the second week of Claire's big fat diet, and she's about to indulge in the sun with a holiday in Mallorca.
And there's my flight booked. Nearly. And my sarong packed. A one-piece swimsuit.
We all want to look slim on the beach, but the irony is, many people return heavier after the holidays. Claire has let go of the guilt associated with eating.
This is lovely.
Interestingly enough, on her one-week trip, she often chooses healthy, fresh food, but much more of it.
Thank you, I want that. Yeah, thank you very much. Oh, we share. No, don't put it on. Let me pick a bit off your plate. Come back, get stuck in.
The old Claire would jog to the beach, 50 minutes each way. Then she would run up and down these stairs twice. Claire is still looking good, but she's getting fatter.
I've been photographed on the beach a few years ago when I was overweight and in very unflattering positions. And that gave me a bit of encouragement to get onto an exercise regime and get my weight off.
This time Claire's not doing anything about it, much to the surprise of her friends, especially Mandy, who's been dieting for months.
We talk about weight all the time. We always talk about food, we talk about exercise. Because she's always my little saving grace, because she's always the one going, don't do that, Mandy, don't eat that. But she's always wrestling stuff out my hands, you know, because I love a big old pasty. So I'm thinking, oh my God, I've lost 1.5 stone, right? I've been really good on this diet. Now I'm here on holiday with her. She's on a bloody bender. And I'm thinking I'm going to put it all back on in a week. Like last night we went out, we had a few drinks, then she's like, I want chips. And I'm like, my God, it was like Shrek, you know? It's so funny. I've definitely noticed that she definitely put weight on. I can see it.
Put weight on?
Yeah, yeah.
Where'd she put it on?
Oh, tummy. Tits. Hello, boys. You know, I was quite surprised.
Today, it's another chance to indulge at a 40th birthday bash.
Have the lamb. Have the lamb bit of I'll have the lamb, rack of lamb. With a side of chips. You got your hair?
Dion Davis is another of Claire's closest pals, but they are no longer sweating it out in the gym.
Spinning, don't we, as well? Yeah. Have you changed your exercise routine?
Yeah, I changed it. I've calmed it down. Where I was doing a lot of running and spinning, now what I'm doing is I'm doing a lot of walking on an incline.
Are you addicted to losing weight now?
Yeah.
And Claire has developed a reluctance many people share.
When I have put weight on, I avoid the scales. I kind of, you know, it's just one like when you've got a pile of bills that you don't want to open. I'm like that with the scales when I've put my weight on. I just don't want to step on them. Okay, so this is my favourite dress. It's a size 10. I know it's a 10. It's 42. And I wore this dress when I was here last week, the first day of my holidays, because it's one of my favourite dresses, because I figured that I might not be able to wear at the end of my holidays. So I'm going to try it on, see how it is in comparison to last week. Don't even go there. Look, I can't believe it. Do you know what, when I put it on, I thought, no, it's not too bad. And then I turned around in the mirror, and look what I've got. I can't believe it. This is in just, 3 weeks.
Well, the dress that Claire was wearing when I come through the door, she wore for a party 2 weeks ago. and there wasn't a lump or nothing. I can't believe as I walked in, you look pregnant. I was just so shocked. How much, like, where she's putting the weight on as well.
Can't do the back up. Won't even budge. But you know what's got me? This bit here. And the whole stomach, look at that. Can't even see my knees.
I've been watching my friends' reaction with her, and the chatting and the oh, Claire Sweeney, she's putting a bit of weight, isn't she? She's got fat, Claire Sweeney.
More forgiving. I mean, this one seems slightly more forgiving. Oh no, look. I know it seems like nothing, but I'm not used to having these here.
She's so body conscious, so body conscious. For the lumps and bumps, I don't think she's going to be able to cope with it.
This is one of my favourite dresses. My green one is my favourite dress. And the fact that now I can't wear it, or I wouldn't wear it, because, you know, I just look big in it, or I don't look trim in it. I've never been in that position before.
It's taken just 3 weeks for Claire to get that pot belly, and she hasn't dared weigh herself yet. But she is considering a larger dress size.
So, at home, all my dresses are a size 10. So I'm going to see if I can get a 12 in this. Yeah, 44, that's 12. Oh, gosh. Fat back is kicked in. Oh, I think I've got in it. Oh, it's so cute. I've got in it. I can't believe it. Oh. It's absolutely killing me though. It's so tight. The back. Has it gone up at the back? Oh.
Even the dress size up is now snug. And as her holiday draws to an end, Claire's discovering that the more she eats and drinks, the more she wants to.
I've just ordered a mojito, which is full of sugar. I wouldn't normally have that. I'd normally have a white wine or a spritzer, or and I'm craving when I'm out sweet drinks. Today, when the girls, I said to like my friend Dion, I said, "Can you see a difference?" And part of me is wanting them to go, "Ah, you look great. You still look the same." And even Mandy did it. She went, "Yeah, I can see it." But I'm still, it's probably quite a vain girl, quite weight conscious. And I want to wear my nice clothes. I'm here, I haven't seen my pals for ages. And you still want to feel attractive. And I'm not saying, you know, I still do feel attractive, but I'm just thinking, God, I'm feeling this now. How am I going to feel in another week's time?
After 3 weeks of indulgence, what is actually happening to Claire's streamlined shape? She's about to find out.
Okay, on you get. Some contact on the silver points.
10, 10 and
Wow.
3/4.
And 3/4. And 22.8 for your body mass. Body fat, the important one, 26.8. Gosh, you were 9 stone 13 before.
Yeah.
You're now 10 stone 10 and 3/4. So that's
nearly a stone.
That's very nearly a stone. Your BMI, your body mass was 21. It's now 22.8. This is the real shocker. Fat was 22. It's 26.8. That's nearly 5%.
And that's in 3 weeks.
Yeah, how does that make you feel? I'm actually quite surprised myself. That's quite a big difference. Have you been really gorging?
No. For me to
Yeah.
be eating what, you know, a girl who doesn't have to watch her weight would
Yeah.
eat, I think that's why it shot up so quick.
Well, it's bang on 34.
Claire's measurements have increased dramatically too. A gain of 5.5 inches across her stomach, 2 inches on her hips, an inch on each thigh, and her bust has gone up at least a cup size.
So that's 30.9.
Should we do some fitness?
I think we should. Put your hands up to your knees, 1.
3 weeks ago, in 1 minute, Claire could do 54 sit-ups. It's now 50. 44 squats is reduced to 42. While 40 press-ups is now 26.
26. When she was doing her sit-ups, she was puffing and blowing a lot more than normal, and her face got red very quickly, which means her body was having to work quite hard. Whether that's the excess weight or whether it's just the fact she's not been using her arms. But I would really think that if we went out and did a normal training session with that extra weight, she would really notice it.
Thank you.
Claire is now the heaviest she has ever been.
Suddenly I've got this great big belly and I just generally feel heavier and chunkier, and I can feel it in my face and everything. It's just started knocking my confidence a little bit now.
Despite this, Claire is about to explore the issue of size and her options as an actress in one of the most image-obsessed cities on the planet, Los Angeles.
Here we go.
Let's take a look.
Average British woman.
Claire Sweeney has long dreamt of a career in Hollywood, but she's now a stone heavier than her normal weight, just by eating what she fancies without exercising. She has arrived in Los Angeles to find out the impact of being fat in a city where thin is in, especially if you're an actress.
It'd be interesting to find out, am I considered a big girl? If I wanted to get into the industry, what would I have to have done? How much weight would I have to lose?
Here, plastic surgery isn't considered drastic action, but maintenance. So what will a Hollywood surgeon make of a now size 14 English actress, which is a US size 10?
What would you do to make me look average Hollywood?
Okay, average Hollywood, gently put, is usually between 4 and 6, you know. Now the trend is kind of going down to a 2. And that,
2?
Yeah, so if you're looking at average here in LA, it is a lot thinner than I believe it is, not only just in the United States.
But that's starvation size 2, isn't it?
Well, that's what, that's...
For someone to maintain that size, obviously they'd have to, you know, work hard in the gym, diet, but would they have to come to you for regular treatments?
Thin is pretty much the word in this city.
You're going to have a field day when you see me in a bikini. Where do I begin?
This is the time you get to show me what you got underneath there. So I'm going to go ahead and have you take off your...
vanity or ego I had has gone well out the window now.
Exactly. You're all exposed.
Here we go.
Let's take a look.
Average British woman.
You look pretty good, honestly.
No way.
But for our standards here, I would say there's a couple of things that I think we can kind of tweak.
Little things.
See how you just have this tiny little pooch right there?
Yeah.
Such the smallest little amount. I would say
you
the best thing.
You don't have to be kind, you know. Just be honest and blunt.
Okay. Liposuction and liposculpture would really help kind of trim out the abdomen. The target would be to take a little bit of these the fat cells on the inner thigh, so you really don't get those to touch.
Yeah.
And then, can I have you turn around? A little bit right here. Taking the saddlebags off there, if you take this out here, just right above, you can see how the crease kind of disappears, and that's targeted liposculpture and liposuction to this area. Here in California or Hollywood, we like not so super shapely bodies. That's a little bit more of...
more boyish.
A little bit more of a boyish body.
Really?
So we're taking off hips. So you'll see a lot of these boy bodies where all the hips are taken off.
So the question is here, are women making their bodies perfect or as perfect as can be for the men or for the women?
We as women want to be more attractive to men.
Yeah.
But we also kind of govern our lives by what our girlfriends say.
Yeah.
So a lot of times people are getting it done mostly for other people, where truly it should be for yourself.
Yeah.
But it's a commentary on our society. You don't want to lose the fat in your face, so we do fat injections. This is a great thing. You take fat from one area, so you got it in your abdomen, and you inject a little bit in your...
So I'll have my belly on my chin?
Yeah, yeah.
God.
Claire's next stop is to meet the former head of talent and casting for Spelling Television. responsible for body beautiful shows like Beverly Hills 90210 and Charmed.
Hello.
Hello, Pamela.
But how would Pamela Shea cast this television actress?
Good to meet you.
Very nice to meet you.
Oh, really good to meet you.
in.
Thank you.
So, Pamela, if I came into an audition, you liked me, you saw something in the eyes and you wanted me for a role, would you cast me and say, OK, Claire, we want you for this part, but you've got to lose 2 or 3 dress sizes?
If it was a factor for the role, absolutely. And if it was sort of a general consensus amongst the other producers, the network, we love her work, we love her talent, we love her ability, but the weight is distracting. Nothing can be distracting in
That's
a piece.
interesting, distracting.
Yes.
Just looking at me now, I mean, I'll stand up for you.
All right.
OK. What type of role would you put me up for? Or would you consider me for, as I am now?
I would, full-figured woman, right? You're very tall, so that's going to be a factor.
And on camera, I'm going to look bigger.
You're going to, yes, because it instantly puts on weight. I would probably ask you to drop some weight.
How much?
You're beautiful. You have a beautiful persona. Your coloring's beautiful. You have the most amazing eyes. That was the first thing I noticed when you walked in. And what you want to do is capitalize on it.
So how much would you ask me to lose? How many dress sizes?
I would say...
I'm an American 10.
American 10, I would say get down to at least a 6.
As a series regular, if I put weight on, would I be reprimanded?
Yes.
Well, yes.
You would. You would.
Would I be fined or lose my job on the line? What would happen?
No, but they would, you know, it would be a very, very hard sort of talk with your agent and manager, and that you have to do it. There's been a lot of, you know, it's very uncomfortable, but at the end of the day, they want to do what's best for the show, you know.
So curves are out.
Curves are out.
Curves are not fashionable.
It depends on the role. I mean, there may be a role that they say, I need a curvy girl, but traditionally it's going to be sort of that.
I could be the funny
formula.
secretary, couldn't I?
Yes.
The comedy nurse.
Yes, yes.
For me to come over here and have a go at the industry, I would have to literally starve myself and do something that is physically impossible for me. And also, you know, you go in, you want to charm someone, we want to be warm and nice. I know if I'm hungry, I'm horrible. When I want my dinner, I get a bit aggy and I get a bit agitated. So if I lived being hungry, you know, I don't think I would be my best and my personality. I think I'd lose my warmth or my friendliness, because I just find it slightly alarming. And I would literally have to starve myself.
Claire hasn't starved, nor has she binged. Though temptation lies at every local food outlet, so far Claire's resisted.
It's ironic, really, that in a town where I'm considered too big, there's fast food everywhere, every corner you go to, you can smell it as you're driving down the street. And portions like this are considered quite normal, really. Ironically, I've gone for this size. Now, it's not where I'd normally go for. Normally I go for grilled chicken breast, but I've gone for the fried, which is a nice treat. And this is the Triple King burger. I don't even know I'm going to fit my mouth around it. But I'm going to have a go at eating it, or having a bite of it at least. And just see, actually, you see the fat underneath. I can't even pick it up. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's a monster burger. Look at that. This is not going to be attractive. Oh my God. The weight of it. It weighs a ton. Do you know what? I've been told I've got a big gob, but this is taking the mickey. It's gorgeous. Tell you what, who needs men? By the end of this, I've got no chance with a fella anyway, so I might as well enjoy it.
everything aside, the pressure to be thin is getting to Claire. She's off to see an old friend from home for moral support.
Hello.
Hello, gorgeous. You're looking well.
Oh, look at you. Oh, lovely to see you.
How are you,
I love
eh?
this. Oh my goodness me, I love the dress.
Oh, thank you very
Here,
much.
I'll have it the weekend. How lovely.
Last time I saw you was Glasgow,
That's what I was
wasn't
just saying when you're doing Guys and Dolls.
Cold, wet Glasgow. Look at this place.
It's a little bit of a change from Glasgow, isn't it? I mean, it's similar. I mean, the views.
Fantastic.
The views are,
You're looking well, love.
Thank you. You know,
Looking very LA.
And here we are. There's your little sign for it.
It's absolutely stunning. That's what I want to ask you about today, the LA thing.
The whole LA thing, right?
Yeah.
I'm your man.
Okay, where should we sit, darling?
Come and have a... I'll make you even a cup of tea as well.
At first, I was like a kid in a sweet shop.
Yeah.
Eating everything I wanted.
Yeah.
Couldn't get it because I love my food. Couldn't get enough of it.
But how do you, though, feel? I mean, really, really inside.
I'll tell you how I'm starting to feel now. I get to a certain weight where I put the brakes on and go, right, okay, back to the gym now. I've had my fun. And I've gone through that breaking point, and I'm starting to feel quite unattractive now. And yesterday, I was in a dress shop trying to get some clothes on. I couldn't do the zip up, and there was women around me in the bras and pants looking mega skinny and all toned. And I was a bit embarrassed, you know, and I just feel generally quite bloated. When I sit down, I feel like a Michelin man. All lumps and bumps.
Yeah. But it's interesting though. But when you laugh about it there.
Well, I laugh.
But then
do you know what? I laugh
but,
at myself before anyone else laughs at me.
Yeah.
You know.
But that's the self-defense mechanism kicking in, isn't it?
It is. It's knocked my confidence.
Yeah.
It has, and I'm having to change what clothes I wear. Do you know? I'm starting to compensate. I'm kind of like getting my nails done, getting my brows done, getting my, you know, doing little things to try and compensate because I feel quite unattractive. He saw through my bravado, and he just went straight in, and I suddenly felt vulnerable, you know. Everything for me has been covered by a laugh and a joke and a cream cake and let's have another pie, and I've been kind of laughing my way through it. But there's moments when I'm on my own where I think, oh, I'm really, really seeing the changes now, and the psychological changes, and Ross was the first person who pinpointed it then.
We are what we eat, and in just 5 weeks of eating what she fancies, Claire has now gained exactly 1.5 stone. She's gone past the point where she feels comfortable with her new size, and her size is rapidly expanding.
It seems unachievable to me, the body image here. I wouldn't use it as a realistic example. My career was in the UK, and it's all about how I feel. I think if I wanted to have a go here and try and succeed here, just the body weight issue alone for me would be unachievable. It's about, in life for me, feeling the best you can feel, feeling comfortable. It's not about getting on the scales. You know, I feel really, really heavy at the moment. And when I feel it most is when I'm sat here now, just looking at my stomach. You know, I just feel, I feel like a Michelin man. I feel heavy, I feel bloated, I feel lethargic. I feel upset that I can only wear certain parts of my wardrobe.
For 6 weeks, Claire Sweeney has no longer edited her food choices or followed the mantra, eat less and exercise more. And she's now confronted with the reality of it.
The psychological relationship with food has changed, which is quite interesting. I've always regarded food as a reward or a treat. If I've had good news, I thought, oh, I'll pig out. If I've had bad news, I thought I'll pig out. It's always been some sort of When I say reaction, well, I would say it's always been a reward to me. And now that's changed. It's just getting boring now. And I'm getting fed up of eating. I almost feel like I want to go clear out. I think women have been more judgmental than men. Men seem to like curves, I think. Maybe it makes you more approachable, which is quite interesting. It certainly hasn't changed that. With women, it'll be interesting seeing my friends tonight to see what their reaction is.
Tonight, it's a dinner party. Some of Claire's friends haven't seen her since her weight gain, including her makeup artist, Gary.
Hello, guys, come in.
Hello.
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 You're right, darling, good to see you.
Mwah.
You look straight at me. Tell me then, this is Gordon.
Hi, how you doing?
I have no pleasure, of course.
How are you?
You're all right.
See you.
What an awful
You're right.
As ever.
Thank you very much.
Hi, mate.
The weather's shocking, isn't it?
Yes.
I haven't seen you since the reveal shoot, have I?
And you look I don't even recognise you.
Do I look that different?
You look so different. I honestly can't even look at you.
Oh,
You do, Claire. You don't even look like you.
really?
Yeah.
Turn around, let me see.
Oh, don't. You're the first person.
No, I don't know. Oh, no, I'm being truthful. I am being truthful.
Because
I saw her
fabulous, but I've seen. I mean, obviously,
No,
we
I've
recognise the weight.
Yeah.
Gary,
Because I've
look.
seen you at shoots when you look your best. I'm sorry, Claire. I'm being honest with you. You want to be honest with you?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
You look really different.
In the face as well.
Everything. I'm not joking, honestly.
You are.
Oh, you've shocked me now. You've knocked me for
sorry.
6.
I'm really sorry. I'm crap at lying. I walk in and say, oh,
I don't want you to lie.
I don't think you look awful. I think you look great.
Listen, I don't need flattering.
It's just different.
It's like
different.
it ain't my body. My body's been stolen. You know?
That's what it is to
Yeah.
me. It's just a shock to me. I'm really sorry, it is. But I'd love you to.
No, listen, you don't need to flatter me. Right, I'm going to go and turn into Sue Ellen now and get pissed.
I would. Bit of straw in there.
Did you?
Yeah.
It was almost like she had a little bodysuit on. I was looking at her, I almost wanted to poke her stomach and say, like, come on, you've got something, have you put a pillow down there or something? I mean, that is in such a short time. I'm just totally shocked.
Gary's not the only one to have noticed. The national press have too.
And I'm on the front cover, the state of me, oh my God. That is a bad picture. I just look older and heavier and podgier. I just think, take it with a pinch of salt.
Claire is about to find out how her summer of indulgence has affected her health and fitness.
Good, and stop. Stop this. Maximum heart rate 168. Wow.
What does that mean?
Well, it means you've worked harder.
Oh yeah,
So
I know
last
that. I could have told you that.
Last time your maximum heart rate was 153.
Yeah.
And so it's 168 this time, which means your heart has had to work much harder
Yeah.
to achieve the same result.
Okay.
Yeah? So you got a minute. 1, 2.
6 weeks ago, Claire could easily do 54 sit-ups in a minute.
Oh! And stop.
Now it's 51, and it's not easy. She could achieve 40 press-ups. Now it's 26.
1.
Her squats remain the same, but the amount of effort is far greater.
And stop. Right.
And the time has come for Claire's final weigh-in.
Okay, step feet on the silver. 11, 12 and a quarter.
That's 2 stone, isn't it?
Hang on, BMI 25.2. Your body fat, this is the important one, 30.2. So the healthy element is going down.
Really?
As your body fat is
Have
going
I put
up.
on 2 stone?
9.13 to 11.12 and a half, so you're
That's
half a
2
pound
stone.
under 2 stone in 6 weeks.
That's disgusting.
The
isn't
really
it?
important one to look at is the body fat, which is 30.2. You started out at 22, which was
Yeah.
actually really good. You went up to 26.8, which was a lot. But you've gone up
to
almost 3 in the last 3 weeks, so yeah.
Most of the weight has gone around Claire's middle, representing a more serious health risk. Her body mass index at 25.2 means she is now officially overweight. Her hips have grown by 4.5 inches, her bust by 3 cup sizes, and each thigh by 2.5 inches. One of the most important indicators of overall health is abdominal fat. Claire's waist at 38.5 inches has gained 10 inches.
10 inches on her waist in 6 weeks is shocking. I didn't actually expect the results to be that bad. Now, a waist measurement for a woman over 35 inches is dangerous. That puts her at high risk of all of the associated risks that come with obesity. So that's the diabetes, the pulmonary disease, cardiovascular disease. So her measurements were actually quite shocking. She did put it on quite evenly all over, so she gained weight on her arms, her bust, her abdomen, her thighs, but I think the waist measurement is the real shocker.
Claire started out super healthy and super fit. Her shape has been transformed in just 6 weeks.
The brakes have been taken off and I've had an excuse to eat what I wanted. It's not about force feeding yourself, it's just about having what you fancy and not thinking about a diet.
And what effect has it had on her health? Claire is returning to Dr. Leonard.
Let's see what it's done to your blood pressure. Whoa. Your blood pressure used to be 110/70. It has now gone up to 150/110, which is actually in the zone of high blood pressure.
Really?
Yes, that is in the zone where if it persisted, we wouldn't treat on one measurement alone, but if someone came into my surgery with that measurement, we'd repeat it again a couple of weeks later, and if it stayed that high, we would say, right, you need treatment for blood pressure. But we know in your case, it's related to your weight gain, because we know that putting on weight can increase blood pressure.
So what are the risks with that?
You're putting yourself at increased risk of a heart attack and a stroke with blood pressure that's gone up that much and at that level. That high is a risk factor.
Yeah.
And if you carried on gaining weight, your blood pressure would go up even more.
For me to live a balanced, healthy lifestyle, it's got to be regular exercise and it's got to be a balanced, healthy diet, hasn't it?
Yeah. I am really shocked by what's happening because, yes, she's had the odd day when she's eaten a lot, but that's what normal people do. You have bad days, you have good days. I'm shocked that she's put on so much weight so easily, and I'm also particularly shocked at what it's done to her cardiovascular risk factors, her risk of having a heart attack and a stroke. If she stayed this way, she is putting herself at significant health risk.
12 stone isn't really extreme. A 2 stone weight gain is still not really extreme, but for that to happen in 6 weeks and for the health risks to be so extreme, that's what's scary.
It's a lesson for everyone, and it's enough for Claire to get back onto a sensible eating plan and on the road to fitness.
Legs ahead.
The worst thing you could do would be to panic, crash diet, and exercise like crazy. You need to just have a balanced diet, take your time, do your exercise, do your dancing, and I'm sure within 6 to 8 weeks, you're going to be looking great. You're going to be looking like fit Claire again.
Fortunately for Claire, she has a new role in the musical Shout, and it's an active one. But her summer of indulgence has left a lasting impression.
If I carried on, you know, a 2 stone in 6 weeks, where would I be in another 6 weeks' time? The message from this and what I've learnt from it is there's always tomorrow. We'll start the diet tomorrow. I'm going to go back on it tomorrow. Tomorrow comes and goes. It's easy to keep saying, I'll do this, I'll do that tomorrow. You need to look at where you are now and think about your health. And it's not just a vanity thing. It's not just about ego and vanity. It's about health.
When investigating a possible murder, Reed and Ross come up against a wall of silence. Taggart is tomorrow at 9. Next, over on ITV3, it's a race against time to save the city in the final part of Blood. While on ITV4, the job of nightclub doormans put under the microscope in Bouncers.